Hello, dear friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is news time again from this very good channel. Welcome back. How are you all doing? Hope you're good. I pray that God will be with you in your endeavors. Today, we have another update for you. And I want you to, after listening to it, you drop your opinion and suggestions you have so that Biafra will be free. And that's just it. Okay, let's go there.
Welcome back once again. I've never seen a tribe that is this jealous and has these traces of hatred concerning a matter that is not of their within jurisdiction. Following the particular court order and particular judgment that was relayed in court yesterday by the Kenyan court stating that Nnamdi Kanu's rendition and adoption from Kenya to Nigeria is faulty, and on that effect, they placed over 10 million shillings, Kenya shillings, equivalent to 120 million fine to be paid under to Nnamdi Kanu for trampling and stepping on his fundamental human rights. This is exactly what the court judge stated, recently, as you could see on your screen. Now, one of the annoying things is the fact that Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been angry over this particular judgment, and as if that is not enough, the Northerners came out recently and started fighting a particular judgment, giving straight warning and giving a view and giving Bola Ahmed Tinubu a lot of preference and statements against not releasing Nnamdi Kanu. And this is a threat to the judiciary and to Justice Omotosho. It is obvious that the Kenyan court has proven that they are actually following a judicial process in that particular country. When you're comparing the Kenyan court judgment and procedures and everything, and comparing it to what the court proceedings of both from Binta Yakot to Justice Omotosho, you understand that Kenyan court and judiciary is far more better than what Nigeria is practicing. I'm going to be showing you how the Northerners have started fighting and giving Bola Ahmed Tinubu and a lot of other Northern allies who don't want Nnamdi Kanu to be released. Without wasting much of your time, let us go straight to exactly what has just transpired. After that particular judgment, they started making traces and statements that are so detrimental, and started giving reasons why Bola Ahmed Tinubu should not even hearken to the release of Nnamdi Kanu. It's quite unfortunate, as you see on your screen. Ignore cause to release Nnamdi Kanu. Remember your true allies in North Nigeria who gave you massive votes. Northern group tells Tinubu. This is so unbelievable that the Northern groups are now stating that they prefer, they are offering Bola Ahmed Tinubu more votes come 2027, even the previous one they've given him 2023, against Nnamdi Kanu's release, even when the Kenyan court, where they apprehended and adopted this man, brought him to Nigeria, has given a very clear verdict. Follow me carefully, and you're going to see exactly how this set of persons, reason at this point in time. In full context, the coalition of northern groups, CNG, has criticized renewed calls for the stoppage on the trial of Nnamdi Kanu, being the indigenous people of Biafra, stating that it is non and void for his release. Look at this set of persons making these statements that are so unbelievable. That the Kenyan court has given a judicial judgment. Even that judgment has even compelled Justice Omotosho to actually quash that particular case in the trial court in Nigeria. Because if that particular country where Nnamdi Kanu was adopted, forcefully brought to the Nigerian court, and they are trying him, has given a judgment to what on earth is Justice Omotosho and the federal government legal team Amowolo doing in the court. So come 18 July, it is non and void. Now, in full context of that particular communique as detailed, it is unbelievable. The CNG being the coalition of northern groups. However, CNG has described calls on Tinubu to pardon and release Nnamdi Kanu as unreasonable, thoughtfulness, and unrealistic. A lot of persons have clamored for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, both from diaspora and particularly in this particular country. Lots of other, prominent set of persons who know that Nnamdi Kanu has been forcefully deprived of his freedom, forcefully adopted from Kenya and brought to Nigeria, and they have sought for his release. Now, this CNG group and the northern groups are stating that Nnamdi Kanu should not be released. That Bola Ahmed Tinubu should remember that they gave him votes in 2023, and they are promising him 2027 votes. Look at the type of promises this set of persons are making. This is unbelievable. Look at the type of promises they are making. They went as far as urging the authorities to ensure, being Justice Omotosho, that he should ensure that the prosecution of Nnamdi Kanu stands, saying setting the separatist leader free, being Nnamdi Kanu, will set a bad precedent that regional leaders can pervert the cause of justice or assist criminals to evade prosecution. Look at, it's quite unfortunate that these northern groups are just coming out to make these statements. They will not go and start, making statements against the Fulani herdsmen attack, Boko Haram and other insurgencies happening to them in the northern region. They will not call their leaders to order. They will eventually leave what they are supposed to be speaking about and start pronouncing under southeastern matters. It is obvious, if not for the judicial imbalances in this particular country, where the Kenyan court has given an order, will these northern groups come out and start telling Bola Ahmed Tinubu that he should remember that they gave him vote in 2023 and they are going to give him vote in 2027 against Nnamdi Kanu's freedom? Look at how, when Nnamdi Kanu is stating that the Igbos are well marginalized, you understand why he's making that statement, and he has vowed that he's not going back on this particular course. So this set of person making this statement and giving Bola Ahmed Tinubu reasons. No, that is more reason why they are angry over this particular judgment that the Kenyan court has given. Because this is an edge towards Nnamdi Kanu's release. There is that word he stated that in order to prevent a descent into anarchy in the country at this day and age, and to forestall mass buying, untold sufferings and atrocities, the federal government led by Bola Ahmed Tinubu must not accede, or concede to the current pressure by Honest Ndigbo and other set of persons who wants Nnamdi Kanu's release unconditionally. The leader of the group had been duly proscribed as terrorists. Look at the statement they are making. And that is the more reason why when you hear these statements from these northern groups, you begin to blame the southeastern elites, like Sofoju Zokalo and the rest of them, who are coming to make statements about Nnamdi Kanu, trying to politicize Nnamdi Kanu's release. If at all the southeastern leaders are actually speaking out just the same way these northerners are speaking out, probably offering Bola Ahmed Tinubu a reason why he's supposed to end and release Nnamdi Kanu, these northern groups and northern elites will not come and start stampeding and start infringing on the rights of Nnamdi Kanu. This is exactly what is happening, and it's unbelievable and uncalled for. Well, it is obvious that Judge Omotosho must have seen everything that is happening, and it is obvious that he has gotten the CTC copies, the true copies of that particular judgment in Kenya. So if the Kenyan court has given a judgment, Judge Omotosho is compelled, and he must be compelled to outrightly give a judgment in favor of Nnamdi Kanu, release him unconditionally. 18th of July is non and void. So you see, when Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer find a no case submission, they outrightly know, as if they had seen that this Kenyan court will give this judgment ahead of time. So you see the anger, you see where the anger is coming, you see where the northerners are fighting, stating that no, Nnamdi Kanu should not be released. He is doing this, he is doing that. They have no evidence of anything. If you are labeling him a terrorist, just in our previous video, if you are labeling him a terrorist, then where have you seen him holding gun? Where have you seen him ordering? Where have you seen him doing a lot of things attributed to what terrorists and herdsmen are doing in the northern part of this particular country? Look at what is happening, and it's uncalled for. Kenyan court has proven that they are outrightly following the judicial balances of a court process. They have outrightly, shown Nigerian court and Judge Omotosho, Binta Yako and other justices that this is not the right way to do. This man, you have stepped on his fundamental human rights, so just cause you have nothing in common to state. That is the obvious. So whether you are a supporter of Nnamdi Kanu or you're not a supporter of Nnamdi Kanu, for the northerners to come out and start making these utterances are non and void. Now, follow me carefully. As you can see on your screen, one of the implications and the summary of this particular judgment in Kenya is very clear. The recent ruling by the Kenyan court that Nnamdi Kanu transferred to Nigeria violated Kenya's law, African law, and international law, has once again rendered the ongoing court proceedings in Nigeria invalid. If I were James Omotosho, the presiding judge, I would dismiss the remaining charges against Nnamdi Kanu in the next court section and order for his unconditional release. I will also have award him compensation for violation of his fundamental human rights and unjust detention for 4 years. Given the latest verdict from Kenya, continuing with this case only reflects poorly on the Nigerian judiciary. It's clear that one cannot construct something of substance from a foundation built on violations. You can't build nothing from nothing. This is a legal Latin maxim that is explained as ex nihilo nihil fit. This is exactly what a lot of prominent lawyers, even from the northern elites, have stated. And the northern elites have stated that release Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. So the ones that are improvised and the ones that their elites are always working on are the ones amplifying and stating that Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we have given you vote in 2023, we are going to give you vote in 2027. So don't outrightly allow this man to be freed. But just as we always say, it is obvious that this particular case is a case that we should follow the jurisdiction. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has stated it time without number that he is not going to succumb to any corrupt judge. That is the more reason why when Binta Nyako made traces of being corrupt, he stopped that. You cannot try my case. That was why they brought in Justice Omotosho. So if Justice Omotosho outrightly want to write his name in the book of light, he should outrightly do the rule of law and follow the constitutional balances and all judicial statements and balances to actually make this case a favorable one for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because with all indication he has won this particular case and nothing is compelling him, no matter what the Northerners and the Ellis are probably infringing. So Bola Ahmed Tinubu should just stay clear. He's just a president of this particular country. He has no right to start infringing into Justice Omotosho's rule, and Justice Omotosho should actually follow the rule of law. React on the comment section. I haven't seen exactly what has happened. Don't forget to share, like, and also hit the subscribe button. What is your opinion and what is your statement? If possible, try to share this video and try to call out these southeastern leaders to actually amplify Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release, so that these northerners will not probably suppress the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release.